On the surface, Nick Gordon's recent arrest for domestic assault and kidnapping might appear unrelated to the coma and eventual death of Bobbi Kristina Brown. But investigators looking into her death say that Nick Gordon's recent arrest and the nature of his crimes will add to the evidence that they're compiling. Pretty much everyone has had their eye on Nick Gordon since Bobbi Kristina Brown's tragic death. And their gaze isn't so much sympathetic as accusatory. There was so much suspicious about Bobbi Kristina Brown's death, part of which being that she was found laying face down in her bathtub. A grim echo of her mother, Whitney Houston's, tragic passing in 2012. The similarities raised a lot of red flags. In addition to immediate accusations of physical abuse, which Bobbi Kristina's estate alleged Nick Gordon may have inflicted the very morning before she slipped into a coma, Nick Gordon's been widely recognized as being beyond shady. Her estate also alleged that he had been all but robbing her blind. Hell, even notorious scumbag Bobbi Brown insists that Nick Gordon is bad news. This is one of those it takes one to know one situations, and Bobbi would absolutely know. But evidence in abuse cases can be difficult to come by. It doesn't all look like it does on TV, with sullen, nervous acting people constantly hiding black eyes and giving weak excuses for why their arms are in a sling and openly flinching whenever some looming oaf moves or speaks. In fact, most abusers rarely leave marks in their victims. We can only imagine how challenging it is to build a case of irrefutable evidence when the case for murder likely starts with the case for abuse, and the case for abuse then has to be proven without the actual victim. But it sounds like, as horrible as Nick Gordon's alleged recent crimes against his girlfriend Laura were, some good may come out of this, beyond his arrest for assault. The Fulton County District Attorney's Office told people that they're definitely looking at this new arrest, though of course they clarified their general policies. We have consistently refrained from commenting on our investigation into the death of Bobbi Kristina Brown because of our general policy regarding commenting on open criminal investigations. We get that, of course. However, it goes without saying that the arrest of Nick Gordon in the Florida domestic violence case will certainly add an additional layer of evidence to the final resolution of this matter. Yeah, that sounds like no matter where they turn, evidence is pointing them to Nick Gordon. We don't know how much of it is eyewitnesses establishing a pattern of behavior and how much of that is physical evidence about Bobbi Kristina's final hours of consciousness. But you can be sure that this trial, whenever it comes about, is going to be a national spectacle. That's not what Bobbi Kristina's memory deserves, but that's how the world works. The O.J. Simpson trial was famously rushed and that ended disastrously. It seems pretty clear that prosecutors are taking their time to get everything right because they do not want history to repeat itself. It's worth noting that Nick Gordon has already been found legally responsible for Bobbi Kristina's death. That was a civil suit, but many feel that it's at least a step in the right direction. As frustrating as it can be for the public to watch the slow cogs of the justice system as the prosecutors build their case, we have to remember that Bobbi Kristina's family and loved ones probably find the wait unbearable. At this point, chances are good that Nick Gordon might already be serving a prison sentence by the time that Fulton County is prepared to charge him.